quarterback in the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes.
Junior take a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. All
Down.
Watch he's gonna stop. He's gonna go for it. Fell from the sky into Aaron Eichsen.
Week 2 action continues as the Ohio Bobcats travel to Pittsburgh, PA to take on the Pittsburgh Panthers. I'm Vinny Mixon, and I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Matt Hatchell. We got another P2 versus MAC matchup in this one. Matt, what is one thing you believe would be a key for either team in this one?
Vinny, I think the key tonight is going to be the weather. It's clear here tonight, but 11-mile-an-hour wind. So that's just enough to kind of affect that ball if it holds in the air a bit too much. Curious to see what either quarterback does to manage that.
72 and clear is the temperature at kickoff. But like you said, those winds could play a factor here. As Pittsburgh is going to take to the ground here. There's Derek Eldridge, the transfer from Oregon, going for 16 yards.
Yeah, and Eldridge had a great week last week, Vinny. 121 yards on the ground. The key for Ohio's defense tonight is going to be containing that run game of all things from Pitt. Eldridge with 121 yards last week. Helix Myers, the quarterback, with 148 of his own yards on the ground. Keeping that and trying to make Pitt one-dimensional is going to be big for Ohio.
289 yards was the total on the ground for Pitt last week. As Myers is going to take a shot downfield, has a receiver able to shake a man, and it's going to be a foot race to the end zone, and down at the 1-yard line will be Xavier Holmes.
Yeah, great job by Isabella Days, who's chasing down Holmes, but I said try to make Pitt one-dimensional, but you got to play wary of him just for that. Myers last week, 26 for 32 with six passing touchdowns with only 272 yards through the air. We know he likes to let his receivers go and do the work, and we see it right there. Great start for the Panthers.
Picking up right where they left off last week. 561 was the total yardage from that offense, as they're going to hand this one off to Eldridge, and he's going to walk in easily for a touchdown.
And I mean, telling your 6'2", 261-pound halfback, hey, man, I need you to get a yard is the easiest thing in the world, it seems. Great job by Pitt. Quick drive as well. They are setting the tone early tonight.
And that'll be Eldridge's first touchdown of the season. The junior out of Grangeville, Idaho. And just like that, less than a minute, Pittsburgh already on the scoreboard 7-0.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't be playing safe tonight if you're Pitt. Del Toro, the quarterback for Ohio, Vinny, 461 yards through the air last week. Again, almost 500 yards. He knows how to sling the ball. The only downside for Ohio in that game was he unfortunately only threw for one touchdown all game. You expect to see that number jump up tonight. He was able to put those numbers up again.
446 total yards of offense is what this Ohio offense had last week in their matchup, as Del Toro is going to take to the air on first down, but this one's going to be broken up by that Pitt defense.
Yeah, good job on that Pitt defense. Cristiano Valentine going to be there around in coverage. Good start there from the Panthers, not letting Ohio get started early.
Trips to the bottom of the screen is what Ohio is going to rock on this one. Isaacson's going to get a 7-yard catch, but gets laid out at the end.
Yeah, good job by Isaacson to hold on to it. But, Vinny, I want to see this freshman halfback for Ohio get involved a bit more. Braxton McFadden, 5'11", 205, 7 carries last week for only 3 total yards, though. I think to have success against a great Pitt defense, Ohio's going to need to incorporate him early to maybe free up those receivers later on.
A true freshman out of Austintown, Ohio is Braxton McFadden. As this one's going to go through the air, that's going to Cody Gammon for 15 yards and an Ohio first down.
And speaking of freshman, Cody Gammon there from Knoxville, Tennessee, able to hold on to it as he takes a huge shot there from Jason Porter. Oh, I'm sorry, not Porter. Porter was in coverage, and it looks like he got past him. Freed up Gammon. Apologies. Great job, though, as he did have to hold on to it with the shot from them. That's Jordan Lyle, the safety, with the big hit.
Jordan Lyle with his first tackle in this game for Pitt, as Ohio is now into Pitt territory as they're at the Pitt 48. This one's going to be a handoff going to McFadden. He's able to pick up 6 on this one.
And that's what I wanted to see. I mean, if that's McFadden's only touch tonight, he does double his total from last week in yardage.
3 yards was the total rushing for him. Did have a 7-yard but lost yardage afterwards. 6 yards on his first carry as Del Toro is going to take to the air once more. This one's going to be fired along the sidelines. Has a receiver. That's Cody Gammon once again going for 21 yards and getting down to the PX1 Sports red zone.
And I know people are going to try to sleep on Del Toro this season, Vinny, playing in Ohio, playing for the MAC. People like to sleep on these players, but again, Del Toro last week almost 500 yards through the air. That's not anything. It doesn't matter who you're playing. That is an impressive feat. Del Toro needs to have time tonight, as we saw there on that play, to settle down in the pocket.
Able to throw for over 460 yards last week as this one goes back to McFadden, but he's going to end up losing 2 on the play.
Yeah, that's a great job by Patrick McCrary there, just fighting through the blocks. Defensive tackle gets back with him, lowers the shoulder to gain that momentum and gain that spacing. Beautiful play there from the sophomore.
Had 1 tackle for loss last week, has already matched that in this first drive as Del Toro's going to try and fire this one off to the right side. Has a man in the flats. That's going to be Malik Henderson, but it only picks up 1 yard.
Yeah, able to find Henderson over there, but unfortunately, due to that flat route, couldn't get anything. Great job in coverage there by Kaz Allen, the safety, not allowing Henderson to get anything.
3rd and 11 upcoming for the Ohio Bobcats. Is a situation you don't want to see yourself in too often. Last time they were able to pick up a first down off of it. This time they're going to look to go under center with 11 personnel on this one. As Del Toro drops back, fires this one along the right sideline, and he's got Malik Henderson for 13 yards and a first down.
And beautiful catch there by Henderson. Keeps the toes in bounds. Beautifully thrown ball by Toro as well, Vinny. He can't put that any more on the money than we saw right there.
5 of 5 to start out this game is Del Toro, as he's going to fire out the shotgun on this one. Has a receiver, and that's going to be push carry off for a 9-yard touchdown.
Well, Perry Push Carryoff, one of my favorite names in the CFSL, coming up huge there. 11 receptions last week for 127 yards, but was not finding the end zone. Del Toro was able to find him there. Beautiful play call from the Bobcats on that drive, Vinny. Way to not get rattled. Defense gave up points quick. They came, they settled down, and they were able to match them up right there. Beautiful drive from the Bobcats.
Push carry off with 127 yards last week, no touchdowns. So that is the sophomore's first touchdown of this season, as Ohio has tied this game up here 7-7.
Absolutely, but this is not the first, but also over on Twitch, Illinois starting off quickly, able to put a field goal up on the board against North Carolina. The Illini up 3-0, just under 5 minutes left in the first quarter in Chapel Hill.
As this Pitt offense is set to take on their second drive, as Myers is going to fire this one along the right side, but Davon Bennett is right there to break that pass off.
Great job by Bennett, getting the hands up into SWAT, and I mean, this is the true matchup, Vinny. It's going to be, can this Ohio defense slow down this Pitt offense?
Unsuccessful last drive. This drive, they're going to have a 2nd and 10 coming up. Myers is going to keep it, and he's got space to run. It's going to be a foot race, but he cannot win the race. He does pick up 43 yards and move this ball inside the Ohio 35.
Yeah, and that's John Lee, the middle linebacker, chasing him down. And again, Myers, probably, in my opinion, the most agile quarterback we have in the CFSL. Again, 148 rushing yards last week to go with his almost 300 passing yards. If you want to talk about a dual threat quarterback, that is Helix Myers.
John Lee able to make the tackle, had 17 last week, led the entire CFSL, as Myers is going to keep it once more, but he cannot shake the tackle this time, only picking up 3 yards.
Yeah, that's a great job by, I believe that was Isabella De Jesus coming over to lay the hit down. It was. Great job by De Jesus to see where Myers is going with that, is able to stop him for a loss, or for only a gain of 3.
6 tackles, 1 breakup for the sophomore out of Bellevue, Florida. First tackle in this game, as it's going to be 2nd and 7 upcoming for the Pitt Panthers, as Myers is going to fire out of the shotgun, has a receiver inside the 10, inside the 5, and fighting all the way down to the 1-yard line is Sean Sanders.
Yes, Sean Sanders, the freshman, showing up big there, fights forward, just breaks a tackle. Great job by Sanders. You got to wrap up if you're Ohio. You can't allow this Pitt defense to keep the ball moving. Or Pitt offense, excuse me.
Second time with a goal-to-go situation here in as many drives as well. Last time they just handed it straight off to Eldridge for a 1-yard touchdown. This time they're going to go out of the empty set. Myers is going to work out the shotgun. Scanning the field, doesn't like what he sees, tries to take it up the middle himself, and he will. Powers it in there for a 1-yard touchdown.
Great recognition there by Helix Myers. Sees nothing going on and knows to trust his legs in that situation. And even a better job, he goes at the defender but lowers the shoulder, almost daring the defender to pull him down by leaning back. Carries him into the end zone. Great awareness there from the senior quarterback.
2 drives, 2 touchdowns is the result for these Pitt Panthers here early on, as they have climbed once again to a 7-point lead. It is 14-7 here with 5:14 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and we have a big play update coming in from Chapel Hill. Illinois driving the ball on UNC's own 10-yard line. Throws an interception at the goal line, and UNC able to prevent the score from getting any higher. Still 3-0 Illini. The momentum firmly with the Tar Heels right now.
Great starts to both games, as back here on YouTube it's only a 7-point game, as this Ohio offense will look to replicate what they did on that first drive, finding the end zone by push carry off, as Del Toro fires this one across the middle, has a man, has a first down, and bringing this all the way up to midfield will be James Isaacson.
Yeah, great job by Isaacson, able to find the open spot there. Del Toro 7 to 8 to start tonight. You gotta love that. And look, that's just a perfectly run route there by Isaacson. Loses his man, able to make the catch over the middle of the field.
Plenty of space, just turned into pitch and catch for Del Toro on that play. Able to make the complete pass and allow his receiver to keep his feet going and pick up that first down. And they're going to be at the Pittsburgh 49ers where they take the snap on this one. But McFadden's not going to find anywhere to go, and he's brought down in the backfield.
Yeah, McCrary able to get back to the backfield and not allow McFadden to get anything, just bites through the line. I think that's what Pitt needs to do, Vinny. Send the pressure, make Del Toro and McFadden feel uncomfortable, and force Del Toro to make some bad throws.
Pressure on that play, like you said, as they're going to work under center on this one. Del Toro is going to try and get this one along the sidelines, but unable to get his foot in bounds.
Yes, I think they're going to go to the review. I think that's a good play. To me, it looked like he did get the toes in. Let's go to the booth.
Push carry off the intended receiver on that play.
That's
and
out.
His foot is just too big, maybe 3 sizes too big on that play.
Oh, they're going to reverse it. I guess he might have dragged the right foot and we didn't see it, Vinny. We were so focused on the left there. They're going to give it to him.
They had a different camera angle than we did. The ref said the replay shows that his foot was in bounds. And that's what they're going to stick with, as this one goes to McFadden going to the right side, able to fight with the defender, pick up a first down on that play.
And credit to McFadden there, lowering the shoulder to keep the feet moving, to keep the drive alive. And if that's your first instance of the refs here in the CFSL, oh, you haven't seen anything from them yet.
Push carry off going to go in motion on this play as Del Toro's under center, looking to drop back and fire this one to the left side. Has a receiver. That's going to go to Isaacson once again, and he picks up 18 yards.
Yeah, and Ohio, personally, in my opinion, Vinny, has to score here. And by score, I mean get a touchdown. You were gifted a great opportunity there by a camera angle that only the refs have access to. You got to make the most of it. Pitt thought this drive was over. They thought they were about to get the ball back. So you got to take advantage of this second breath.
5-yard line is where they will start their go-to-go situation, as they're going to have 2 running backs in the backfield on this one. Del Toro is going to look to run the option, pitches it out, and Isabella DeJesus is only able to pick up 1.
Yeah, DeJesus playing that backup halfback tonight as well. So you want to get her involved, but you don't want to get her involved too much, otherwise she might tire out on defense. I like the idea from Ohio, just can't get anything going there.
Second and goal from the 4 bunch set for Ohio. They fire it back to the opposite side. It's going to be Isaacson for a 4-yard touchdown. And
just a great play there by Del Toro, finding Isaacson just open enough in the end zone to make it work. Beautifully done by Ohio. Like I said, they had to score there, in my opinion, get a touchdown with that extra breath of life they were given, and they make the most of it. And Vinny, it might be a little early, but it looks like we might have ourselves a shootout tonight.
Absolutely. 4 drives, all 4 drives in this game have resulted in touchdowns, and once again knotted up 14-14 with 3:29 left to play in the first quarter.
Absolutely, and an update from Chapel Hill over on Twitch. Cadbury Wellington, the tight end from UNC, finds a 30-yard reception for the score. UNC goes up 7-3 on the Illini. Minute 22 left in the first quarter.
big games happening all across the CFSL tonight. This one, I mean, early on, it's looking like early rounds of a boxing fight. Both teams just in there trying to find out their shots. Both teams able to find the end zone on both of their drives as PITT set to take their third drive of this one as they're going to look to go play action. Helix Myers is going to push this one downfield a little bit, and it's going to be broken up by the Ohio defense.
Yeah, great job by the defense, but I do want to tip my hat to Helix Myers. This offseason, Vinny, he's been in the lab working. He had 46 total rushing yards last season. 46. He's already quadrupled that this season, and we're a game and a half in.
Absolutely. Love to see when somebody puts in the work and it pays off as Helix Myers is able to fire that one for a 3-yard completion. And
yeah, great.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. I was just going to say, great job by Cass to keep the toes in bounds there.
They're going to look to go 4 wide to the top of your screen. Fire this one downfield. Has a man, breaks the tackle. It's going to be a foot race, but nobody's going to be able to catch him as Pittsburgh once again finds the end zone, and it's Holmes.
Xavier Holmes, they're able to bring it down, simply beats his man in coverage, and it's a foot race. But the issue is, Vinny, he has no competitors after the broken tackle. Beautiful job there by Holmes, keeps the feet moving, breaks that tackle, and nobody's stopping him. It's a shootout. It's a shootout tonight, folks, and all I got to say is if you were betting in the sportsbook tonight, I really hope you took the over.
Pending this extra point right here, we have 35 points scored in this first quarter. Fireworks coming all around. 2:58 still in the first quarter. It is 21-14 with PITT leading.
Absolutely, but Vinny, it's like you said before that previous drive we just saw. You know, we were 4 for 4, now we're 5 for 5 on touchdowns being scored on drives tonight. So I, by all means, know Ohio can come back and answer them quickly.
As Bibbins is going to get a nice return, get Ohio's offense going to start up around the 30. And as you look at the numbers, PITT, yeah, they just had an extra drive, but I mean, for the most part, it's been fairly even as we can see what this Ohio offense is able to do. Last drive, able to score a touchdown as they did with their first drive. They're going to look to go under center on this one as Del Toro fires this going to the outside, able to complete it to push carry off for 6.
And the one thing Pitt's defense is doing right now, Vinny, that Ohio's isn't, is they're making Ohio put in a little extra work. We've seen Pitt now twice score very quickly, 3 plays or less into a drive. Ohio hasn't had that luxury yet.
Jordan Lyle able to make the stop. 5 tackles in the first quarter for him as the pressure gets there, but Del Toro is able to fire that one off to push carry off, going for 2.
Yeah, push carry off, able to pull it in there, get a game 2, make it a much more manageable 3rd and 3. I wouldn't be surprised to see a handoff to McFadden here.
Pitt brought the pressure on the last play, and they do exactly the same thing, and this time they're able to get to Del Toro, bringing him down for a sack.
Cristiano Valentine, first tackle of the game, first sack of the game. Perfectly timed blitz, Vinny. Untouched is Valentine, the sophomore from Panama City Beach, Florida. You got to put a body on him. Calls the blitz at the right time. Does Pitt in Ohio forced to punt the ball away for our first unsuccessful drive of the game.
The first punt in this one is going to look like a nice one as it's going to be fielded up around the 25-yard line. Sean Sanders is going to get an 11-yard return and get this up near the Pittsburgh 40, and that's where they're set to take place for their 4th drive of this one.
And this is probably the biggest drive for Ohio's defense, Vinny. Now that your offense has gone a drive without scoring, you have to answer here to keep your team in it.
As this one's going to go wide receiver screen. It's going to be fumbled.
Oh, my God.
As Ohio's defense is going to pick this one up. He's got room to run and gets this back to the 35-yard line.
Well, what a play there by Ohio's defense. What a time to answer, saying, okay, we got to come up with a stop. How about offense? Get back out there. Let's get you that ball right back. Great job. DeJesus going to get credit for the fumble, but I don't know. It looked like might have been down was the receiver in Jason Miller. I wouldn't be surprised to see a challenge.
And Pitt is going to end up challenging this one as we take a look here at the review. And it looks like Miller is down before losing the ball on this play.
Yeah, I think you got to say down. I mean, you can say you can't really see it there. That's their only Ohio's out.
Review the play. The ruling on the field is reversed.
That's the
and
right
this
call.
one is going to be reversed. Pitt will retain possession. Quick update over on Twitch. 54-yard pass from UNC going to Gunny McGuire, able to set them up in goal-to-go situation. Next play, he punches it in. UNC up 14-3 over there. Sean Sanders is going to be the recipient of that Helix Myers pass. We'll have a 3rd and 1 upcoming.
Yeah, and again, expect to see Myers spread the ball out. It's what he does best. Gets everybody involved, so you never know who he's going to next.
3rd and 1 is the play here for Pittsburgh as they try to hand this one off, going to the left side. Able to shake a tackle is Eldridge. Can't keep his feet in bounds, but does pick up 5 in the 1st down.
Yeah, that was a big-time chance for Ohio to get that ball right back. Unfortunately, couldn't bring him down in the backfield, and Eldridge able to pick up the 1st.
Across midfield on that play as they look to go wide receiver screen once more, as this one goes back to Miller, able to pick up 8.
Yeah, able to get 8 on that wide receiver screen. Great job by Miller. Cuts upfield, able to shed a block or 2, and is able to pick up a big gain there. 2nd and 2 now from Pittsburgh. Once he was surprised to see a handoff to Eldridge.
175 passing yards in this game for Myers as this one's another wide receiver screen. This time goes to Sean Sanders.
Absolutely, and I mean, again, Myers has made the most of his opportunity, but I mean, Vinny, this is by far the longest drive Pitt has had this game so far.
Absolutely, like you said, longest drive, not able to score quickly as this time they're going to fight for it. Able to pick up the 1st down once more is Derek Eldridge.
Yeah, and just hand it off to the big man in the backfield when you need those short yard situations. That's what they brought Eldridge in to do, and he's able to pick up the 1st there to keep the drive moving.
1st and 10 upcoming from the Ohio 34. That's where Pittsburgh is set up at. They're going to go trips to the bottom of your screen on this one. As they fake the handoff to Eldridge. Myers keeps it, and he's able to find 9 yards on that play.
Yeah, and again, very even play call from Pittsburgh tonight. That's now their 8th rushing play and only 10 passes. So they're doing a great job of keeping Ohio on their toes in this 1st quarter.
As they're going to have the final play here in the 1st quarter. Myers keeps it on the read option. Ends up losing 2 on that play. As that play right there will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Fireworks popping off left and right. 21-14, Pittsburgh lead in this one. And stay tuned. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. As we get set here for 2nd quarter action, Isabella DeJesus was the one getting the tackle for loss on that last play. As Myers is going to fire this one to the end zone, has a receiver. That's going to be Keene for a 27-yard touchdown.
Yeah, great job by Keene. Almost just like a little bit of miscommunication there from the Ohio defenders. Looking to be running some sort of zone defense there. Keene just slips in between them. The safety covering more of the center of that field, and the corner playing up. So that's just a little pocket for Keene to sit in. Great throw by Myers, able to find him, and Pitt able to put more points on the board now to double Ohio's score.
4 drives, 4 touchdowns for Pitt, and I mean, just carrying off of the momentum they had last game. Offense looked like they were firing on all cylinders, and once again, taking an early lead in this one.
But to Ohio's credit, Vinny, I mean, there were multiple chances on that drive for them to force Pitt to have to punt the ball away, or we saw that turnover that got overturned. So Ohio's defense is doing a decent job. They just need to close out those drives.
As Ohio is going to look to toss this one out to McFadden, but he's not going to have anywhere to go as he loses 2.
Great job, Valentine. Going to get credit for that tackle as well. Quickly into the backfield. Almost gets blocked into McFadden, it looks like. Just able to shed that block beautifully, though.
And for Ohio, they were able to score on their first 2 drives. Last drive had a punt it. Do you start to think that maybe they're in a dire situation where this is a must-score drive, as this one's thrown over to James Isaacson for a 5-yard gain?
Vinny, in my opinion right now, no, and that is based on the fact that we did see Ohio's defense come up and make some big plays on the previous drive. I think if Pitt went, scored very quickly again or seemed to have no issue last drive, I would be inclined to say yes to that. But I think right now Ohio, they know their defense can hang a little bit, so your job right now is just get points on the board, whether that's a touchdown or even just a field goal.
2 of 3 on 3rd down as this one is fired to McFadden out the backfield. He's only able to pick up 5 on the play, and it's going to be another 4th down.
Yeah, that's just a great job by the defense there. That's Mike Donnelly going to get credit with the tackle, the defensive end. Unfortunately, McFadden looks like he might have had to take a step back to try to catch that ball. It might have lost that extra yard there, but regardless, Pitt's defense comes up with a big hold there, and they're going to get that ball back.
And the big news for that Pitt offense is they're going to have good field position, going to start past their own 40-yard line, as it's going to be the 44 where their offense is set up to go to work, as they're going to look to go 2 running backs in the shotgun here is Myers. Gonna go play fake on this one, fire it across the middle, but it's gonna be broken up by Ryan Flores.
And those are the types of play I'm talking about, Vinny. Right there, a great breakup by the defense, a bad throw by Myers. Ohio's defense can stay in it. It depends on this play, really. Does Pitt try to go for the dagger quick?
They're gonna hand this one off, going to the left side as Christian Davis able to pick up 8 and bring us to a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, great job by Davis. And again, this drive to me will tell us what we need to know about Pitt. If they're able to score quickly again, that means they're going to go for the throat early and often tonight. Otherwise, they're content with their score right now and just want to really drain that clock and wear down this defense.
Once again, read option, and Myers keeps it, able to pick up 15 and a first down and get deep inside Ohio territory.
Yeah, Myers able to hold on to the ball there. It looks like he took a big hit. He did actually, just able to hold on to it. Great decision-making made by the senior quarterback from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
8th first down of this game for this Pitt offense as they are inside the Ohio 35 as they look to set up a halfback screen on this one. And Myers doesn't have anywhere to go, and he ends up taking the sack on that play.
Yeah, great job there by the defense. I couldn't quite see who that was first. That's Ryan Windley, the freshman from Burlington, North Carolina, able to get back there quickly. A lot more this season, Vinny, with these screens. Defensive linemen are getting just a tad bit quicker than they have been in seasons past. Able to get back to that quarterback a little bit quicker. Quarterback's got to get rid of that ball quickly now on these screens.
Something you want to see more going for Ohio later as this game moves on. Not much pressure in that first quarter, able to get a sack as this one's going to go a handoff to Eldridge, and he's barreling it his way for 21 yards, and that gets us back to a 3rd and 1. As with the 3rd and 1 upcoming, that was the 5th handoff for Eldridge in that one.
Somebody messing with my mic and hitting my mute button. Thanks to our guys in the booth for that.
They're always playing the tricks out here as Pitt's going to look to go empty set, send a man in motion. They're going to go speed option on this one. Pitches it out. Eldridge on the edge, sheds a tackle inside the 5 down to the 2-yard line.
And that's just a great play call all around from Pitt there. Great read, great speed option call. Perfect pitch by Myers. Great blocking. Eldridge with the huge stiff arm onto Mike Whitley, who's able to pull him down, though. That is the only way that play could have been more beautifully run, Vinny, is if Eldridge scores.
Credit Xavier Holmes blocking on the edge, allowing Eldridge to get those extra yards. Gets down to about the 1.5 as Myers is going to keep this one, and he just walks his way into the end zone for another Pitt touchdown.
Absolutely, just great blocking there by Pitt on that play as well. Ohio, though, not showing any initiative on that last play. Looking content to stay back, expecting a pass. Myers takes full advantage of that.
And with the extra point, it is now a 21-point ball game as Pitt has grown their lead 35-14. 6:19 left to play in the first half.
Absolutely, as we do have a score update from Chapel Hill as well. UNC able to put another 3 points on the board with a field goal. Tar Heels now 17 unanswered as they lead the Fighting Illini 17-3. Just under 4.5 minutes left in the first half over on Twitch.
I know we talked about it last drive, but at this point, Ohio's defense hasn't been able to stop Pitt. Do you think this is a must-score drive for them?
I think now, yes. It doesn't have to be a touchdown, but I think you need points for sure.
As this one's going to go to the flats. That's going to push carry off, and he's going to end up losing a yard on the reception.
And I like the idea there. Get push carry off, let the big man go to work. He is more agile than your typical tight end you may see, but unfortunately couldn't shed the tackle there by Jason Porter and is brought down for a loss of 1.
2nd and 11 upcoming. Ohio is at their own 25-yard line as they're going to look to go trip set to the top of your screen. Del Toro is going to drop back and fire this one across the middle. That's going to DJ Moore, able to pick up 8 and bring us to a much more manageable 3rd down.
And that's a big play there for Ohio. I mean, and credit to Del Toro, Vinny, when he's made his passes, regardless if they've gone for positive yards or not, he's been money, 16 for 17. But again, not getting that same yardage, Pitt really forcing him to check down to those shorter receivers.
Sometimes all it takes is taking what the defense gives you. Del Toro here going to take the snap out the shotgun, fires this one to the shorts, but it's not going anywhere. It's broken up.
Yeah, McFadden, the intended receiver there, looked like he had him, just unfortunately turned a half step too soon, didn't watch it into his hands like you're taught, and like you're taught in Pee Wee football, and unfortunately drops it there. Pitt gonna get the ball back with great field position again.
Absolutely. 41-yard line is where they're set to take the field. And if you're Ohio's defense, getting a stop is the number one key in this one. Can't allow any more points, as Pittsburgh is going to look to start out here in the shotgun. They're going to go trips to the bottom of your screen. Helix Myers can't find anywhere to go, but does run over a man and able to pick up just 1 yard.
And that's a dangerous play by Myers. I want to remember that he looked to be almost playing with his food, to use that adage. He had a man downfield, I thought, but instead Staten almost dared Ohio to come to him so he could lay down a hit.
Hard fight just to pick up 1 yard for Myers on that play. As this one's fired along the sidelines. Going to Shad Sanders. Keeps his feet in bounds, but only picks up 3 yards.
Yeah, able to find Sanders, but only to pick up a 3. And this is big. If I'm Ohio, I have to play for a stop here. I can't allow them to pick up this first.
6 of 6 on third downs is Pittsburgh. Is this one they look to take to the ground? Eldridge once again carrying defenders. He'll pick up 15 and another Pitt first down.
And credit to the offensive line there. Ohio's done a pretty good job so far tonight getting back into the backfield, but the Pitt O-line stepping up big when it matters, able to make a hole for Eldridge to pick up the first.
As they're going to look to go pistol full house on this one. They give it back to Eldridge, able to shed 1 tackle, and it's going to be a group of Ohio defenders that bring him down after a gain of 6.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you got to learn to wrap up if you're Ohio. You can't allow them to break free like we saw right there.
Pittsburgh's going to look to work out the shotgun here on 2nd and 4 as they go play fake on this one. Myers fires this over, and Jesus almost has an interception.
Yeah, DeJesus couldn't quite come down with it. Myers now through another incompletion, but here we go. 7 for 7 is Pitt tonight on third down.
They're going to work out the shotgun on this one with a 2-by-2 set. Myers drops back to pass, sitting inside the pocket. Fires it down the field, but this one's going to be broken up by Ben Sanders.
And that's a smart play by Sanders, Vinny, to deflect it, as I thought Pitt might punt it here, and I was going to say it's a great play because otherwise you get at your own 4. But instead, Pitt going for it here on 4th.
As they're going to fire this one to the short route. That's Eldridge who's able to catch it and get the yardage for a first down.
Yeah, and Vinny, to Ohio's defense's credit, that that previous play was the 8th third down play for Pitt tonight. I thought that was only going to be maybe their 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th. So credit to the defense. They are making Pitt work for it. Pitt just able to finish these drives tonight.
Defense needs to get one of these stops. As Pitt's going to run a speed option on this one. Almost knocked down in the backfield. Able to shed a tackle is Christian Davis, who's able to get 5 yards on the play.
And that's just toughness you can't really teach, as the freshman from Moorefield, West Virginia, catches it about 5 yards back into the backfield and is able to turn it for a 5-yard gain.
Right back to the ground as they're shedding tackles in this one, but Christian Davis can't find his feet afterwards, only able to pick up 1.
Yeah, and again, a big third down, now the 9th third down for Pitt tonight. But again, Ohio's defense has had trouble closing and finishing these drives.
3rd and 4 coming up from the Ohio 20-yard line. They're going to send their tight end in motion. As Myers is going to fire this one to the right side, and it's going to be knocked down.
And great job by the defense there. Ohio's defense playing 2 of their best downs on third down tonight, as we saw there. Great job holding Pitt to just a field goal as they almost get back to blocking.
And
he missed it.
A missed field goal as well. First drive that their defense has been able to keep Pittsburgh off the scoreboard.
And that's huge. That is huge. If you're the offense, you got to find some way to do that. You got to find some way to put points on the board.
As they're going to have a 1st and 10 here from their own 20-yard line. They're going to look to go 21 personnel on this one. As Del Toro drops back and fires this one quickly, and it's going to be caught for a 6-yard gain.
Absolutely. We do have another score update coming out of Chapel Hill for you guys. UNC, another field goal on the board, able to make it 20-3, just about 49 seconds left in the first half over on Twitch.
2nd and 4 upcoming as Del Toro's just able to get rid of this one before he takes a sack.
Yeah, good job by Del Toro just getting rid of it. Ohio 2 for 5 on third down, so not the best conversion rate, but a pretty good one still. That's 10 to be 40%.
3rd and 4 upcoming as Del Toro is going to try and fire this one off to the right side. It's going to push carry off, but he's only able to get 1 yard, and another 4th down upcoming for this Ohio offense.
Yeah, and I think the issue right now is like we mentioned earlier, by all means, you got to take what the defense gives you, but I think sometimes now you might try to take that risk on maybe a slightly deeper ball or to a receiver that might be slightly more covered than normal. You got to take that shot if you're Ohio, as a great return here by Sanders.
Sean Sanders with a 22-yard return, and that's going to have Pittsburgh starting at the Ohio 41 here. 2:16 left to play before halftime, all 3 timeouts. Plenty of time for them to go down, adding more to their lead, as Helix Myers is going to keep it on the read option on this play. Able to pick up a first down and more. 15 yards for Helix Myers on that play.
Yeah, he runs that read option just so great for Myers. 75 rushing yards tonight, and beautiful blocks as well as we're seeing from that Pitt O-line tonight. They are coming up big for Helix Myers, Derek Eldridge, Christian Davis, and that entire backfield so far.
And the read option is really deadly when you got a guy like Derek Eldridge that defenses has to worry about if he's getting the ball. As Myers is going to drop back and fire this one along the right side into traffic, not able to hold on to it, and it's going to be a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
I mean, Ohio's defense really coming to play with that secondary tonight, and they're showing up when it matters right now. It's unfortunate they can't stop the run game.
Myers once again going to look to fire. Actually takes off with it this time, trying to shed a couple tackles, not able to get past the last one, as that's going to be a 9-yard gain, but it will be 3rd and 1 upcoming.
Yeah, 190 rushing yards for the Pitt Panthers tonight, doing a great job just taking what the defense is giving them, to use that old adage, and they're finding the holes tonight as well.
As this one's going to be another read option, but Myers can't get away from the tackle on that one. It's going to be a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, Aaron Porter with 2 R's. That's my first time seeing that spelling. Great job just getting to the backfield and pulling down Myers, forcing Pitt to kick another field goal. Let's see if they can make it this time.
And a little surprising to not see Ohio burn a timeout there, as that's going to allow Pitt to run this clock down. It'll be inside 50 seconds by the time they get the kickoff, as we're down to 1 minute and 7 seconds here in this game.
Yeah, as we do have one more score update coming from Chapel Hill. Right as the game was going into halftime, Illinois were able to put a field goal up to make it a 26 game at half.
55 seconds here before half as this kick is up, and this one will be able to go through the uprights, as Pitt now leads us 38-14.
Yeah, Mohamed Jones, the kicker, able to put one through the uprights that time. Able to make it now 38-14 Pitt. They are smelling blood in the water, Vinny. I expect to see them really, if they get the ball one more time, I expect to see a deep strike from them personally.
As Davion Bennett's going to get a nice return on that one, going for 28. This Ohio offense, they're going to have 47 seconds to work with, having to go 69 yards, but they do have all 3 timeouts, as they're going to look to work out of this shotgun on this one. It's going to be a 2-by-2 set. Del Toro is going to drop back and fire this one along the sidelines, but overthrows his receiver.
Yeah, had him in there, just unfortunately overthrows them. I expect to see him clean that up a little bit.
And this is the time that you got to start pushing that ball down the field, trying to get some points here before halftime. As Del Toro is going to fire this one, going to the sidelines is Cody Gammon. Makes the catch, but only able to pick up 1 yard.
Yeah, you got to gain more if you're Gammon there. I don't know how you do it, but you got to try. So 3rd and 9 now for Ohio. This is a big play.
Started out 2 for 2 on 3rd downs. They are now 2 of 6, as they're going to send their tight end in motion, as Del Toro is going to drop back, fire this one to the right side, and that's only going for 4 yards. And Pitt getting aggressive, calling a timeout here with 35 seconds left.
Yeah, and again, Vinny, my issue is Ohio not taking those deep balls that they were known for last week. I mean, again, you don't get almost 500 passing yards without throwing a deep ball every now and again. They have really abandoned that as this game has gone on. I need to see some deeper shots taken. You're not going to fight your way back into this with little 4-yard passes every play.
As you can see right there for Pitt, over 400 yards of offense here in this first half. They're at their own 42-yard line, 27 seconds left with 2 timeouts. They're going to look to work out of the pistol on this one, as Myers will drop back, and he doesn't like what he sees. Tries to take off, but he puts the ball on the ground, able to be recovered by Pitt.
Darius Harris able to smartly get on that ball, the tight end, but Myers unfortunately coughing that one up.
As Myers is going to try and work from the shotgun once more. Takes off again. Slides down. 3rd and 6 upcoming. As they're not going to look to use a timeout here. The clock is ticking. As they're back in the shotgun set, he's going to send one of his receivers in motion. They're going to have trips to the bottom of your screen. This is the last play of half. And Myers is going to take off. Fumbles it once more. Pitt does get back on it, though. And that's going to bring us to halftime with that. Wild ending to the first half in this one as Pitt holds a commanding lead. They're up 38-14. Matt, break us down that first half.
Well, Pitt, they had an entertaining first half all the way from start to end, with the ending with back-to-back fumbles. But credit to the Panthers. This game was a tight one at first. Again, 5 straight possessions with touchdowns scored by each team. Just unfortunately, that next drive from Ohio where they could not score, that's really kind of spelled the end for them, Vinny. They haven't gotten back on the scoreboard since. The offense has just kind of slowly grinded to a halt. Pitt taking advantage of it. Quick scores. I think those first quick scores especially have really now started to wear down this defense. They started to go to a more ground-based approach, a little bit of wear and tear. I'm loving the mindset from Pittsburgh. We're going to score quick, and then we're just going to beat you into the ground. And, I mean, obviously we know about that pass game from Ohio, but 9 rushing yards isn't going to get it done. And especially when your opponent is out running, it has more yards on the ground than you have through the air, and 10 minutes more of possession. It's tough to win those types of ball games.
And really, you got to start to think about it. Did Ohio's offense get themselves tired out with the early long drives that they had, and Pitt just answering right back in a matter of seconds, putting that offense right back out on the field? And Ohio's offense is going to be the first ones to get the ball here after halftime, maybe rejuvenated, and they get back to their old ways, as this one's going to be returned past the 30, past the 40, up to midfield. Stumbling will be Kayvon Bibbins with a 44-yard return.
Yeah, and luckily for Pitt, Bibbins gets tripped up. Otherwise, I don't think anybody catches him. What a return there by the freshman.
Officially, it's going to be at the Ohio 49 where this drive takes place. As Del Toro's going to take a shot downfield, has push carry off, diving for 35 yards.
And Vinny, I think they were rejuvenated. I think halftime rejuvenated them. Beautiful job, and that's just bad coverage there. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Jason Porter, the middle linebacker, clearly thought his safety was behind him, and there's nobody in the same area code as push carry off there. Luckily, Del Toro doesn't overthrow him.
Just the instance of catching the defense snap, and Del Toro able to deliver an accurate pass there for push carry off. As this one's going to be wide receiver quick screen, and Malik Henderson's the recipient, but going for 0 yards.
Unfortunately, if you're going to run that type of screen, Vinny, you can't really run that to the near side. You have to do that to the far side. Give your wideout a chance to plant that foot and cut up field. Nothing going there for Henderson.
As Ohio is going to hand this one off, going to Braxton McFadden. He's met in the backfield and will go down in the backfield for a loss of 2.
Marco Swift, the sophomore, first tackle of the evening. McFadden doing what he can. Just Swift comes in untouched there. If you're Ohio, Vinny, you can't let this great start go to waste. You have to find a way to put points on the board.
Got inside the red zone, haven't been able to move the ball as it's 3rd and 12. Del Toro fires this one across the middle. That only goes for 4 yards, and it'll be a 4th down upcoming.
Yeah, talking about putting points on the board. Back over on Twitch, the Fighting Illini able to put up a touchdown, able to bring that score to 20-13. UNC still leading, though. 6 minutes left in the 3rd.
As this field goal is up and good by Kennedy Smith, and once again, Ohio able to find themselves getting on the scoreboard. It's now a 21-point ball game as Pittsburgh still leads 38-17 here with 7:45 left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and Vinny, again for Ohio, you probably want to get some points for it. Again, that's their first. Those are their first points since their 2nd drive of the game. So I understand wanting the points, but I think from here on out, you can't afford that there. If you're that close, you got to go for it, in my opinion, on 4th down.
Pittsburgh is going to start their second half with a wide receiver screen. Able to go for 11 yards is Jack Keene.
Yeah, great job by Keene. Able to catch that quick crossing route and cut it upfield for the big gain. Only his 2nd reception of the game. Expect to see Keene get a lot of work as the season goes on, though.
That's going to have Pitt 1st and 10 here at their own 36-yard line as they look to go shotgun on this one. It's going to be a 2x2 set. Going back to the receiver screen, back to Keen, who's able to shed a tackle and pick up 10 yards, but they're going to say just short of the first down.
And I like the idea of keep using those screens. If they're going to give them to you and give them big yardage, keep them going and try to keep them sleeping.
2nd and inches, and they're going to go empty on this one. Actually, they're going to send Eldridge in motion. Go read option on the play as Myers is able to pick up the first down, pick up a few extra yards as he gets 6 and gets this into Ohio territory.
Yeah, great job there. Able to find the open field as well. Whitley, though, going to get his 5th tackle of the game.
As the 47-yard line is where they'll start 1st and 10 here. This one's fired across the middle, and it's going to be a first down for Shawn Sanders as he gets 13 on that play.
Yeah, and Sanders, a big pickup there, and Pitt just really rolling this drive, and they have not looked worried once tonight.
Mike Whitley, the junior, with his 6th tackle in this one as Myers is going to go quarterback draw on this play. Doesn't have much room to run, but is able to maneuver his way to pick up 5 yards.
Yeah, 2nd and 5, and again, Myers doing it on the ground, just really taking advantage of Ohio. They're playing back in coverage, so they're going to free up that middle of that short part of the field.
Empty set out the shotgun on this one as Myers is looking to go somewhere. Has a receiver along the sidelines. That's going to be Jason Miller with 8 yards and a first down for Pitt.
Great job by Miller, able to hold on to it as he takes the hit. Myers 15 for 22 tonight, 257 yards through the air. He's really been doing it both ways.
And a little different change of pace from the first half. First half, they were running a 7-second offense. Here, they're going to take a shot to the end zone as this one's Xavier Holmes for a 21-yard touchdown.
Yeah, great throw there right into the breadbasket of Holmes into double coverage, but unfortunately for Ohio, could not get over in time was the safety. Great throw there, and you're right, Vinny. They did start off running what I want to call the 7-second offense, the football equivalent. Just unfortunately for Ohio, I think that really did start to beat them down a little bit. And then you go to this slow, ground-based, pounding offense. We're seeing them run a lot more now, and they're just tiring out this defense as Pitt taking a 45-17 lead.
45-17 with 6:03 left to play here in the 3rd quarter as Ohio is going to start their drive just past the 30. Fighting his way to the 35 is Kayvon Bibbins.
Yeah, I mean, Bibbins had the big return last time, another big one there. Ohio has to come out with something, Vinny. I say you go back to what worked last drive, throw that deep bomb on the first play again.
Push carry-off was able to make a 35-yard reception on the last drive. A deep drop back here for Del Toro. Can't find anywhere to go with the ball. Just gets rid of it before taking the sack.
And it looks like that was the idea, but Valentine gets in the backfield quickly and is able to hit him just as he releases it. They are going to call that an incomplete pass, though.
As Del Toro going to take another deep drop and fire this one down along the sidelines. Has a receiver. That's going to be Isaacson going for 30 yards and getting down to the Pittsburgh 35.
And that's the thing, if you're Pitt, you got to keep bringing the pressure. If you let Del Toro sit in the pocket and get time, his receivers will get open, or he will find them and make them get open. Got to keep bringing pressure on the big quarterback. 6'5", 265, Del Toro's not the most agile guy back there. Definitely more of a pocket passer, so you got to do what you can to disrupt that pocket.
Sam Jackson, the junior, able to make the tackle, push him out of bounds, limit the damage to only 30 as this one's fired across the middle, but it's going to be intercepted by Pitt as they're going to get the ball at their own 25-yard line.
Jason Porter, the middle linebacker who got beat in coverage last drive, comes up with the big one there, the huge interception. And Vinny, by all means, plenty of time left in this game, but with how this Ohio defense has played tonight after those first couple drives, that might be the first prong of the forking.
As this one's going to be a halfback screen, but Helix Myers is going to find himself going down for a 12-yard loss.
Yeah, and great job by Windley getting back there quickly. Due to the screen, he's untouched, and that's the second time this has happened tonight for Windley specifically. If you're Helix Myers, you have to see him coming. I don't know why he's looking downfield to the left. We know it's a screenplay, Helix. You are just giving yourself up there.
Didn't have a sack last week, has 2 this week. The freshman out of Burlington, North Carolina, as Pitt's going to work with a 2nd and 22 on this one. As this one's fired across the middle to Shawn Sanders going for 10 with a 3rd and 12 upcoming.
Yeah, and so Sanders trying to get back to that original line of scrimmage, comes just a few yards short. And let's see what they can do on 3rd and 12.
Isabella DeJesus with her 6th tackle, and this one does have a tackle for loss as well, as Myers is going to fire this one to the left sidelines, but they're going to say he did not get his foot in bounds.
Little upsetting there for Pitt. They were oh so close, and for the first time tonight, the Pitt Panthers will punt the ball away.
As Ohio is going to have good field position off the punt as they get across midfield down to about the 48-yard line of Pitt.
And again, great return there by DJ Moore. But again, if you're Ohio right now, your defense, they have finally bailed you out, Vinny. You have to get something on the board here.
And this is the momentum that they need. Their offense able to get a field goal on their first drive of the half, as this one's fired across the middle, going to Cody Gaiman for 8 yards.
And another update coming to you guys from Chapel Hill, Illinois, with the huge play going 60-plus yards in just 2 plays, looking like Pitt tonight is able to tie the ball game up 20-20 over on Twitch. Just under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter there.
As we have 4:20 left to play here in the 3rd quarter of ours, is this going to be a 2nd and 2 upcoming for Ohio? This one fired across the middle, has a receiver. That's Malik Henderson for 13 yards and an Ohio first down.
And that's Henderson's best reception tonight, Vinny. Has had 2, screenplays go for basically nothing, and had a decent reception early on in this game, but able to find the yardage there that he needed for the first.
Gonna look to work from under center on this one as Del Toro, as he drops back and fires this one quick, but he's gonna find the crowd on that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing going for him there. Great job by the defense for Pitt.
Yeah, it looks like he got mixed up after the play, didn't like what he saw, just went ahead and killed it fast before anything got worse. As he fires this one along the right sideline, that's going to push carry off 17 yards, able to show off his Tony toe tap skills.
Yeah, push carry off, great job, and great throw there by Del Toro. Even a little bit of a bobble, it looks like, by push carry off, but gonna say he had control for the reception, making it 1st and goal here for the Bobcats.
1st and goal from the 10-yard line is where Ohio is looking to start this, as they're going to hand it off to McFadden, going to the left side, only able to pick up 2 yards.
Yeah, but McFadden able to get some positive yards, Vinny. He has been struggling with that tonight, so you got to take those positive yards when you can. Maybe see now if you can get a quick catch and catch Pitt sleeping.
Matching his total of carries from last week, as this is going to go hand off to DeJesus, who gets 5 and gets them down to about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, DeJesus, great job. 6'1", 245, maybe a little bit more built for these short yard situations, Vinny.
And this has been the story. 2 of 8 on 3rd downs in this one, as this one is a huge one. They hand it off to McFadden, who finds the end zone for his first career touchdown.
Yeah, and congratulations to McFadden for his first career touchdown. And Ohio able to get some points going now. The Bobcats, they are not going to go quietly into that sweet night. Able to make it 45-24.
Back to a 3-possession ball game in Ohio. I mean, like you said, it wasn't time to panic, but they had to do something, and do something they did, able to find the end zone for the first time since their 2nd drive, as Pitt only has a 21-point lead now with 3:11 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
And credit to those Bobcats, Vinny. They very easily could have rolled over in this 2nd half and decided, nah, it's time for us to go get some points on the board. They're keeping this game competitive, and you'll love to see it.
Pitt is going to work out the shotgun on this one. They go play fake. It's fired across the middle, and dangerous pass, but for Pitt, luckily, it falls to the ground.
Yeah, Myers, risky pass there. Like you said, nobody able to come up with it.
Going empty on this one with 4 receivers to the bottom of your screen. They go quarterback draw on this one. Myers has a lane, able to pick up 8 yards and bring us to a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, great job by Myers. They're able to pick it up, make it a much more manageable 3rd down. Interested to see what Pitt does here.
Mike Whitley making the stop, 7th tackle of the game for him, as Myers is going to fire this one short, but it's enough yardage here to pick up a 1st down.
And that's a big 1st down there. Jason Miller coming up with his 4th reception of the game, able to keep the drive alive.
Quick update over on Twitch. UNC drove down the field but ended up with a missed field goal on that one. 51 seconds left in the third quarter over there. Over here, Helix Myers is going to fire that one incomplete. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, Myers doing a great job there. Just not able to find anybody, though. Great defense by the Bobcats.
As they're going to work out of an empty set. They're going to send Eldridge in motion. They're looking to run the speed option on this one. It's pitched to the sidelines. Eldridge breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. It's a foot race, and he's going to get tripped up after a 31-yard gain.
Yeah, great job by Eldridge. Takes the pitch and just keeps on moving. 9 attempts for 123 yards. Great job. Unfortunately, had to truck a few guys if you're Ohio. You got to wrap up there. You got to bring the big man down quickly.
Man, talk about efficiency. Imagine handing it off to your running back 9 times. He has 123 yards for you, and that's exactly what Eldridge has done in this game. Is they're going to go empty once more. Fire this one to the left sideline as Jason Miller is showing off his Tony toe tap skills, picking up a first down.
Yeah, great job by Miller there. Able to get open and find the open spot. Great throw there from the quarterback, and this has turned into a great job right now. A great drive for the Bobcats.
As they are once again inside the PX1 Sports red zone there at the 4.5, maybe 5-yard line. As another empty set, they'll send their running back in motion on this one. Speed option. Myers can't get rid of the pitch, and he's going to go down for a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, and another update from Chapel Hill, guys. Daxton Moore with the huge interception. UNC getting that ball right back. End of the third quarter. Illini still with the tie game, though, 20-20 over on Twitch.
21-point ball game here on YouTube, as this one's going to be wide receiver screen, able to shake one tackle and find his way once again into the end zone is Xavier Holmes.
Yeah, Holmes saying, all right, Ohio, you had your fun, but let's wrap this bad boy up. Great job, great block there from his teammate. That's going to be Jason Miller, the wideout, with the beautiful block here to free up Holmes for the touchdown.
As Pitt has increased their lead once more, it is now a 52-24-point ball game here with 1:43 left to play here in the third.
Absolutely, but I mean, we've seen Ohio really start to get their stuff back on offense, Vinny. I'm not going to say this is over at all. I mean, we still have an entire quarter to play.
At one point, they were scoring touchdowns every drive, so they might find themselves right back into that as Davon Bennett is able to get a 26-yard return on that play, as they're going to start at their own 28.5, call it the 29-yard line, as Del Toro and company will work out of the shotgun, as he's going to drop back and fire this one along the left side. That's going to push carry out for 8 yards.
And Vinny, I don't want to say it's about to be that time, but I think once you enter the fourth quarter for Ohio, I think it is that time where you got to score every drive. So you might as well start that early, as ideally this drive takes you into the fourth.
Cristiano Valentine able to make his 6th tackle in that one on the previous play. Pressure gets into Del Toro. He throws a bad pass, and it's going to be picked off, and that's going to be taken all the way back for a pick 6.
Yeah, and Pitt just might have put the dagger into Ohio's heart here. Beautiful. Look at the one-handed interception coming in from Kaz Allen, the junior. His first interception of the season. Good God, somebody clip that and send it to AMK. We got ourselves a top 10 play nomination there. Beautiful job by the defense.
Huge play right there. It looked like Ohio's offense was starting to catch momentum, maybe had a comeback opportunity. And that, I mean, you can just about say that's the final nail in the coffin. But Ohio, to their credit, they have stayed and they have been in a fight this entire one, as Pitt now leads us 59-24 with 1:10 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, as again, I am not going to say that this game is over by any means, but you have to think now that Ohio, once again, they are in score territory every drive. That has to be their mindset.
And it's one of those mindsets where it can't be like the previous touchdown drives where you methodically move yourself down the field. You got to get chunk plays at some point in this game, as they're going to look to work out of the shotgun. They go 11 personnel on this one. Del Toro fires it over to push carry off, as he's only able to pick up 1 yard.
Absolutely. That's got to be that mindset, is I got to find the open man. I have to keep this drive alive if I'm Del Toro, if I'm the Ohio offense as a whole.
As once again, they're going to come out in 11 personnel, send push carry off in motion to the left side. As Del Toro going to take a deep drop, but that Pitt pass rush is in there fast, and he goes down for a sack.
And that's not something you can have right now if you're Del Toro. Again, it's do or die time. We got to score every drive time. As Marco Swift beautifully comes around the edge to avoid the block being set by Braxton McFadden, and that doesn't get more beautiful than that if you're a linebacker.
Sophomore had 2 sacks last week, a sack in this game. As this is going to bring up 3rd and 16 for Ohio, where Del Toro is going to fire this one down the field. Has a receiver, but just overthrows him. His receiver had a couple steps on the defense.
Yeah, he had a guy just overthrown, and Ohio gonna punt it away here, Vinny, but don't be surprised if once that 4th quarter hits for them to go forward in these types of situations.
As Pitt is set to return this one from their own 32-yard line. Gonna get this one up to about the 45 where they look to take over.
Yeah, and I mean, this is big. I'm curious to see what, if Pitt, if they're gonna try to run the clock down, Vinny, or if they're just going to say, hey, you came to our turf, guys. We got to show up for the home fans tonight. It's going to be telling to see, because obviously we all know about the 50-point rule, the mercy rule, and they're not near that yet, but you have to think if Pitt's able to score quickly again, the murmurs might start coming out.
Currently 15 points away from that is Pitt, as Helix Myers is going to keep this on a quarterback draw, able to find some room and fight his way for 17 yards and a 1st down.
And it seems to be a little bit of both. Going to go for the big plays, but going to stick with the run as well to chew some clock. That's been Pitt's MO really all game today.
As that's probably the last play of this 3rd quarter, as the clock is winding down. And that will, in fact, end the 3rd quarter. So go ahead and get those 4s up in chat, as Pitt leads this one 59-24 going into the 4th, to find out if they can hold on for the win, as you're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. As we get set for 4th quarter action in this one, Pitt is going to have a 1st and 10 from the Ohio 39-yard line. They send the receiver in motion on this one. They're looking to run a speed option, as Myers will make the pitch, going to the sidelines, able to pick up 14 yards. Is shot Sanders.
Yeah, great job by Sanders, able to pick it up, and it looks like Vinny Pitt is going to go for the kill. Coming out with the big play by Sanders on that first play in the 4th quarter, that tells me all I need to know.
Only 15 points away from it is Pitt, as we are down to 8:45 left to play in this game. Myers is going to fire this one across the middle. Has his receiver getting down inside the 10, about the 7-yard line is Richard Castle.
Yeah, Castle, only a second reception tonight, but a big one there. Able to pick up the 1st down and take him down inside the goal now for Pitt, as John Lee going to get his 5th tackle of the game.
Not the same game this week for John Lee. Had 17 tackles last week, only 5 in this one. As you look right there at Pittsburgh, 5 of 5 every time they have been inside the red zone, as they're going to look to set up a halfback screen on this one. This goes to Eldridge, able to maneuver his way down to about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, so we have a big play here coming up from Pitt again. I think they're going to go for the jugular here. Let's see what they do.
As they are going to have a 2nd and goal operating out of the shotgun. This one's going to be a read option keeper by Helix Myers, who is able to find his way for a 3-yard touchdown.
Yeah, and there it is. Great job, Myers, able to just pull it back on the read option, cut right up the middle, and there it is, the big play going up 65-24 now, as we do have another score update coming in from UNC Chapel Hill. The Tar Heels able to put up a field goal and are driving now the ball inside Illinois' 5. They're up 23-20, looking to go up 30-20.
66-24 is the score in our ball game with 8:09 left. Pitt leads it, as Ohio is set to take the field once more. Del Toro and crew.
Yeah, and right now, if you're Del Toro in Ohio, Vinny, you can't worry about the mercy rule. You can't have that. At the very least, this is the time where you prepare for next week and you try to get better as this game goes on.
This one's going to be fired along the right side of the field. Cody Gammon gonna get a 6-yard reception on that one. He is now up to 55 yards.
Yeah, great job by Gammon, able to hold on to it and able to hold it in to make it a very manageable second down.
As he's gonna go deep drop from under center on this one, fires the push carry off, and he's gonna lose 1 yard on that catch.
Yeah, push carry off unfortunately could not cut it upfield. A good designed route there, just got to push carry off very late, as you said. Took it under center into a deep drop, so great job by the Pitt defense to get back there quickly. That's going to be Vasquez on the tackle.
As you can see right there, Ohio is 3 of 10 on third down. Started out 2 for 2, but have struggled since then. As this one is fired across the middle, it's going to be caught by Cody Gammon, going for 28 yards, getting inside Pittsburgh territory.
Yeah, great job by Gammon, able to hold on to it. As a score update from Chapel Hill, UNC could not punch it in. They settled for 3, 26-20 Tar Heels. 4:30 left in the fourth with the Illinois driving right now. If you got 2 screens or a second tab, open up that Twitch game, because we got a good one there and we got a great one here.
As Del Toro is going to go to work. They got 2 running backs in the backfield on this one, as he's going to fire it out to one of them, but that's got to be broken up by Jordan Lyle.
Great job by Lyle. Thinks he should have had an interception. I'm going to disagree with Lyle on that one. Seems like just out of his reach, but he did a great job getting the fingers out to swat it down.
Gotta like the confidence by Showtime DJ in chat, talking about their Ohio comeback starts right now, as Del Toro fires this one along the sidelines, but not able to keep it in bounds.
I mean, Vinny, to his credit, I've seen crazier things happen this season. I mean, I have called 3 different kick return TDs, 2 Hail Marys. I've called 2 onside kicks. Anything can happen when I'm on the call, it looks like.
As Del Toro's taking a shot downfield on this one, and it's going to go to Malik Henderson, getting down inside the red zone down to about the 15-yard line.
And there we go. Great throw by Del Toro. Sees early that Henderson has his man beat, so gets it to him. Unfortunately, ball looks like it wobbled a little bit. Remember, 11-mile-an-hour winds tonight. That ball wobbles just a little bit, hangs up just a bit. Otherwise, I think Henderson quite could have possibly taken that in.
And the game for Del Toro hasn't been that bad of one. I mean, he's 33 of 44. That's 75% completion. Every quarterback would dream of that. It's just been not able to push the ball down the field, as on this one, they're able to go for 9 yards to Malik Henderson.
Absolutely. Ohio's big issue has been finishing drives for sure, Vinny, especially after that second drive of the game for him. They went on a long drought of just not being able to finish.
They're going to look to work out a 12 personnel on this one, as Del Toro goes play fake on it, trying to find somewhere to go. Has a receiver in the corner of the end zone, but just overshoots it.
And that's got to be heartbreaking. Del Toro had a man open in the end zone too, just unfortunately overthrows him.
They're going to go shotgun with trips to the left on this play. They fire it quickly over the middle, and it's not going to be held onto, as Pitt's defense is able to break that up with a 4th and 1 upcoming, but they will go for it.
I think you have to, Vinny. At this point, you got nothing to lose. You know, you really don't lose anything by not getting this.
As they're going to go handoff to McFadden, trying to find a hole, cannot go anywhere. Going to go down in the backfield.
Yeah, McFadden unfortunately couldn't get. I guess, Vinny, I was wrong. You could lose yardage, as McFadden did lose 1 there. Great job by Pitt's defense. Could have just sat back. Could have just sat on their laurels, but still attacked hard tonight. Really kind of put this offense in a chokehold for a good part of this game.
They're going to start their field at the 7-yard line, so not out of danger just yet, as they sit there running back in motion. They're going to hand it off. That's going to be Eldridge cutting it back across the middle, only picking up 4.
Yeah, that was a tough 4 yards, as well as Ryan Windley going to get credit for the tackle there. Did a lot of maneuvering there for only 4.
As they're looking to go a 2nd and 6 here from their 11-yard line. This one's fired quick to the receiver, Xavier Holmes, but it goes for a loss on the play.
Yeah, Holmes couldn't find anything, or couldn't get anything going there, Great recognition quickly by Ohio. Gonna not allow anything. They see right off the gate what type of play that is, and is able to get to the backfield.
And quick update for the 3 touchdowns that Xavier Holmes was able to get in this one. That is the Pitt School record for most receiving touchdowns in a game, set back by Justin Duke in season 15.
Yeah, I'm glad you're keeping track of it. Unfortunately, it slipped my mind. So congratulations, hats off to Holmes tonight.
Isabella DeJesus getting her 7th tackle of this game, able to force another punt from Pitt. Rarely have we seen their punter as Ohio's going to get nice field position on this one as they're going to start inside their 45. But do we have the dreaded clipping call?
We do, unfortunately.
As that one's going to back them up to their own 41-yard line where Del Toro and crew will take over.
And just a word to everybody who might be new to the CFSL, we do have a new rule implemented this year. If at any point a team is leading by 50, the game will end. So for fans who are worried that Pitt might somehow put up a triple-digit score, you don't have to worry about that unless Ohio themselves is able to put up 50 points.
As Isaacson is able to get over 100 yards with a 13-yard pass on that one, as Del Toro has moved this Ohio offense past midfield. They're going to take this 1st and 10 snap from about the 46-yard line, as this one's going to be fired over the middle, going to DeJesus for 7 yards.
Yeah, DeJesus' first reception of the game. She's had a couple of runs, able to get her first catch of the game, though.
Able to do it all, play defense, run the ball, and catch the ball out of the backfield. 2nd and 3 upcoming here for Del Toro, as he's going to work out the shotgun drop back, looking to go to the right side of the field. Has a receiver that's push carry off, able to get the first down before taking a shot.
Yeah, great job by push carry off, able to sit back and take the hit. That's a big pickup there for Ohio.
Cristiano Valentine with his 7th tackle in this one, as they're going to send push carry off in motion on the play. Del Toro looking to drop back and fires this to the left side, and it's going to be broken up immediately by that Pittsburgh defense.
Yeah, the defense, as that's Kenneth Narwick, I believe, in coverage there. Narwick not allowing anything to get through tonight.
2nd and 10 upcoming as we reach 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game. This one's going to be a handoff going to McFadden, and once again, he has nowhere to go.
Yeah, as we've seen some people mention in chat, and he said earlier, Del Toro has had himself a pretty good game. Like I said, unfortunately, Ohio, during that middle portion, just struggling to close out drives.
As we have reached the 4-minute mark left here to go. 3rd and 12 for Ohio as they fire this one across the middle. It's going to be knocked away, but it would have been short either way.
Yeah, as we do have one final update for you guys out of UNC, out of Chapel Hill. The Tar Heels able to hang on, winning 26-20 over on Twitch. So sit tight with us. We'll bring you the end of this one.
As Del Toro fires this one across the middle, but it's going to be a one-hand snag by Jordan Lyle, able to get the interception on the play.
Great job by Lyle, able to just throw it in, playing like a wide receiver there. Beautiful job by the Pitt defense.
Another interception for that defense, but once again, backed up to their own goal line, as they're going to go fullback dive right here off the rip, and that's going to go for 5 yards to Dave Dawkins.
Yeah, Dave Dawkins getting back there, getting some touches tonight. Great job by Pitt. Really just kind of trying to get everybody some touches here with under 4 minutes left.
Brought themselves out the shadow of their own end zone a little bit. Working at the shotgun on this one as they fire this to the left side of the field. Sean Sanders keeps his feet in bounds, able to pick up 4 yards. 3rd and 2 upcoming.
Yeah, and that is Dawkins' first reception, the previous play of the season, Vinny, from Rock Hill, South Carolina, where I went to college. So shout out Dave Dawkins.
Shout out to Matt Hatchell's college there, as Helix Myers is going to get in a foot race with the Ohio defense, but he's going to be tripped up at midfield.
Yeah, great job by Myers. Takes that fake handoff and just tucks it and runs. Breaks a couple ankles as well. Myers having himself a career game tonight, Vinny.
Absolutely getting it done from the ground once again. Last week had 148 yards rushing. Another stellar performance on the ground as well, as they're looking to finally kill clock in this one, but they're still going empty set here, sending a receiver in motion. Speed option, and Myers does not get rid of the pitch and takes a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, great job. Arthur Stevens gonna get the tackle there. Gets back there quickly. Oh, a little bit of a face mask maybe. I guess the officials didn't see it. Looked like a little bit of hands to the face.
I think the officials are starting to get ready to pack up.
It's past their bedtime.
As it is down to 2 minutes remaining in this game, as Helix Myers keeps it on the read option this time. Able to pick up positive yards, get 9 yards on the play, and bring us to a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Myers looking content to run out this clock, but by run out the clock, he means, hey, let me get a couple more of these yards. I want some of this offensive player of the week touch.
As he's going to go under center on this one, sending the tight end Dave Dawkins in motion. They hand it off to Eldridge going up the middle, able to shed a couple tackles, picking up a first down.
Yeah, great job there, Eldridge, doing it all. 132 yards for him tonight as well.
And don't forget, coming up later on Twitch and YouTube, everybody, we have Ohio State taking on Florida State at 8:30 over on Twitch. That's going to be Central Time. And back here on YouTube, we're going to have Toledo taking on the Auburn Tigers, 8:30 Central Time. So don't be remiss and miss out on those games, as the clock here is going to wind down. And it's finally going to end this ball game as Pitt is able to come away with a 66-24 victory. Matt, break us down, wrap this game up for us.
Vinny, really, I think it came down to the fact Ohio in the middle of that game just could not close out drives. We saw at the start and we saw at the end. When they could do it, they were just as good as Pitt on the offensive side of the ball, regardless what score or yardage tells you. Just unfortunately, the Bobcats could not do it, could not close out in the middle, and Pitt took full advantage as they should have. Beautifully called game by both sides. Pitt coming out with a statement win, an absolute statement win. Huge game tonight for both teams.
I want to give a thank you to everybody joining us in chat today. I want to give a thank you to our associate producer, Austin Crow, our executive producer, Mike Peters, and of course, my broadcast partner, Matt Hatchell. And on behalf of our broadcast crew, I'm Vinny Mixon, and you've been watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. And don't forget to stop back by later at 8:30 CST. We have Toledo at Auburn on YouTube, 8:30 CST on Twitch. Ohio State takes on Florida State. Hope to see you there.